Hey everyone, I'm Jenny Garcia, and this is another Crafting with Friends video. This time with Heather from Heather's Crafty Life. I am gonna have her channel link below. You can also find her on Instagram by that name, Heather's Crafty Life. And when we discussed her kit, she said that she doesn't like rounded corners, that she has a daughter, and that she loves documenting her food. So I tried to go everyday life, but I did a lot of heavy food. It's like a whole food kit, and I had a lot of fun. There were lots of things that I made for this kit, including that card that you see at top with the little plates. That is actually a card that I made using digital stamps from Feed Your Craft. And there's the one that I have in my hand and the one that is on the other little pile on the side are both made by me. I also have some Project Life cards from Fancy Pants. I think there's one Project Life kit. I think it's Click, but I'm not completely sure. I also added some printables from Figurecraft and In a Creative Bubble. I just picked a few that would fit the theme. I really wanted something because I've loved her videos and I've seen a lot of her project life, and I think that in almost all of them she at least mentions food once. So I want her, when I make these kits, I want them to not, oh, let me get this video collaboration out of the way. I want them to have items that they're gonna use, like, or keep in the stash, or they're going to be able to like somehow use them. And with Leilani, I relied a lot on the colors that I added on the kit. And here I really went heavy with the food theme. And the cards are the least food related items, and you can still see a lot of them. Like, I tried to keep like a whole orange, green, and stuff like that. And these colors, you see, all these four cards were made by me using digital stamps. I love the little one with the peach. I thought that it turned out so cool. Oh, that card with the drink, it's from, oh my god, Kelly Perky. I love Kelly Perky. And last time I was checking to see if she still had some of her other printable items in the paper person shop, but I couldn't find them. Maybe I really look as best as I could. I changed some of the colors in a few of the cards. That Bon Appetit card I did twice. That way she can use it either with the blue or with the orange. And I also have some everyday cards, just plain patterns that she can use to put some photos in, because she also prints her photos smaller in some occasions, especially in cards that are 4x6, and puts them on, which is really cute because it's like a little layout, which I love to do, but I don't do that often. She does that a lot. And I kept those four cards because from those four cards, I am going to pick the embellishments. And I'm gonna have like a lot of digitals and things that I look through my stash that would relate to the kit. But I also made a lot of things. Like, if you can see on the right, um, those little that I made with shrink paper, and you will see in the photos later. And I also showed a little video. I put it in the photo, and I also did like a little close up. It turned out so cool. And in here, I used Studio Calico labels, and I added some digital stamps from Feed Your Craft. So I did a lot of that. These are from simple stories from an older collection, and I figured they were food related. She can also use this in her traveler's notebook. Here I just layer a few circles on Photoshop. I love Photoshop. I have a video where I change the colors of the cards, but I kind of want to do one where I do either the print cards or papers, or these sort of embellishments. And they are just like a bunch of labels. Some of them are just to decorate, some of them have a little space so she can either stamp or write some quick journaling. that I think that sim circle, yes, I also made with the Feed Your Craft kit, the digital kit, the stamp part. And as I mentioned in every video where I use Feed Your Craft, the awesome thing about the Feed Your Craft kits is that you also get a digital kit, and that way you can reprint some of your favorite photos. You can do similar stuff like this with stamps. And these labels are again from Studio Calico. And I like to mix up the colors. I use black, I use red, and I have this stamp set in real life, like the regular stamp, and I could stamp all of those labels and stuff like that. But this way, it comes out more crisp, and it's also a lot of, it's less work because I did printed a lot of them, and all I did was like do it on Photoshop, and then my silhouette was cutting all of them, and I just wanted to add a lot of them, especially because it was so easy to cut. And I did cut a little version for myself because I was like, this turned out pretty cool. I'm gonna pat myself on the back for that, and kept a few. I made a lot of them. When I was done, I was like, oh man. But again, since she documents her food so often, I figured that this is something that she could use, forever, probably. And I also added different sizes of the same ones, just because sometimes, if for those of you who use a silhouette, you have that little space and you're like, okay, that tiny space cannot go to waste. Let me duplicate a tiny element of the ones I have around here so I can fill out that tiny space. And I also made her these stickers, and these you can find at the Silhouette Design Shop. And I found them, and I was like, this is, I actually have them before I talked to Heather about this and her preference and all of that. And when she said food, I'm like, I'm gonna make her a set of stickers because I freaking love it in a regular day. So I can't imagine someone who actually documents food a lot. I don't. Only when I go out or when I try something new. I did get a new air fryer and I documented a few things about that, but not that often. I had some extra little items from Pretty Little Studio. That's from an older Citrus Twist kit. And that little box, you can find it at Dollar Tree for just $1. And you're probably going to see it in all my DIY kits. And if I ever make a kit for a friend, they're just really awesome to use. And I was looking through my Citrus Twist kits, and I've had those fruit and drink things for a while, and I'm like, this is such a cool die cut. Why can I use it? I don't know, like it wouldn't go well with anything. And I was like, perfect. Because sometimes we do own things that are really cool that you're like, man, this is awesome. But the reality is that you don't document that kind of thing. So it stays there. I added some alphas from Freckle Fawn and more labels because I don't think I added enough earlier. I didn't realize that I was adding more labels. I was just looking through my Citrus Twist kits. Not drawer. What do you call that? Like organizing box, and I found an extra few that I thought would be great. The little chicken. I know that, I don't know, it seems weird to have chicken when you're talking about eating chicken, but it is what it is. And I was just trying to use the colors that are on the cards. And I feel like I have like a rainbow. It's not just like with Leilani's kit, I like stuck to a color palette. Here it's like a line where I start with the blues and then I move to green and there's yellow, there's red, there's orange. And I have my drawers. If you haven't seen my last craft room tour, I have my drawers divided by embellishments. And it's so easy to find, like, okay, I need blue. I'm using blue for this kit. So let me see what I have on my blue kit that would go well with this. These are pieces from Pretty Little Studio 2x2 paper pack. Oh, and right now, I haven't done a video tour of my room yet. There is still things that I'm trying to kind of figure out. So when I get my stuff together, I mean, everything is organized right now, but I'm not happy with a few things. And I'm not going to show it until I'm completely happy with those things. These ancient items that I'm showing right now, I made with the Cricut Imagine. And if you don't know what the Cricut Imagine is, it was a huge monster that was a printer and a die cutting machine. It was huge. It was pretty cool, but I don't know. I feel like it was very unpractical, and I don't know. I just after I started using my silhouette, I was like, this is way too easy. This is what I want to keep using forever, and that's why I eventually sold my Cricut Imagine, you know, and now I have a Cameo 4. And I'm so bummed that I didn't show both parts of this tag, but I basically use the Tombow Mono removable adhesive to add these little, they're like flags. It's kind of like a sticky note set, but I picked a few from some packs that I own, and I share them with her, but I didn't show both parts. And I also added some extra stickers like those dots that you can just use to layer. Another card, that card it's so old. It's like 10 years, the one that said juice. Those are from Studio Calico. These are my favorite, you know them. I got them from Target, so I decided that they have a few food related things. So that little bow, I made it. These are some of my DIY embellishments, some stickers. And that's another thing too, like sometimes we have a sticker pack and there's a few items that you're never going to use. So it's a good idea to like pass them on to someone who might use them. And I'm using a CD sleeve to add the bigger die cuts that don't fit in the box. And I'm going to pick my washi, and I'm going to pick the colors that I want to use, the washi tapes, and I'm going to use the same tag that I use for the sticky note to wrap the washi around the tags. And I have a lot of washi. I should share some washi tape joy. And I've looked through those 4 art bin containers, and I'm going to link them below. I swear by them. I have 4 of them. They're so full. But I can, every washi tape that is here, it's something that I don't want to get rid of, because I have gotten rid of washi tape, but it's nearly impossible. And of course, I saw that little pizza washi tape, and I'm like, this has to be in the kit. I think it was from Damask Love. And oh my god, I want to go to Joann's so bad just to buy Damask Love and Buenos Dias. What is the other one? And Fantastico from Obed Marshall. I love his collections. I don't know. I'm trying to be so good about not buying that I am annoying myself. I have a lot of willpower. Should get more credit for that. And here, this was the first idea that I had, and it was to use my stamps. Well, I will show once I'm done showing all the little pieces I made. And I use my stamps and my die cutting machine, which is the Sizzix. I still have the big shot, the old one. It works perfect. The plates are like, they suffer. They've seen some stuff, but they still work perfectly. And I love that one, the little foodie ones, the circles. I was like proud of myself. I need to make myself a kit of these. And they had like some the stamp sets that I will show. I think that most of them are not available. That one with the food icons is not available, which is such a bummer because it's an amazing stamp kit. And the hexagon die cuts are from Waffle Flower. And I love Waffle Flower nesting dies. And something else that Waffle Flower does that everyone who makes dies should do is that they come in a magnet sheet. It's genius. Nina is genius. She's awesome. And by the way, I am getting no money from these companies to hype them up. I like stuff. Like if I don't like something, I will say it, which I've done in videos. Like there was a company that reached out to me and I was like, yeah, this is too expensive. And they were like, good, die. And that is why I'm probably not in any design teams and I don't get, people don't reach out to the collaborations because I'm brutally honest. But also, when I love something, I freaking love it. I'm not gonna fake. You see? That stamp set is so cool. Both of them, the three of them from Feed Your Craft. But I think they are all out of stock, sadly. But since it's a small company, it makes sense that they wouldn't like incredibly mass produce thousands of them. So if you like a Feed Your Craft either kit or stamp set, you jump on it the second you can because they do make amazing stamp sets. And the quality is really good too. Like In a Creative Bubble also designs for Studio Calico. But at the very beginning of Studio Calico, their stamps were I think that now they're a little bit better, especially because they have a subscription service. But at the beginning, it was like, so I'm still like a little iffy about it, but they have gotten a lot better. And of course, I have to make a sequin mix because I love shaker pockets. And I'm going to use same colors, but I'm also going to add a lot of white and clear. That way it doesn't look like a clown threw up on it. And I did added the little candy because of course if we're talking about food, we have to mention the candy. And that scoop tool that you see me using there, I always get questions about that. It's a bead scooper from Beadalon. And again, I'm going to link the items, especially items like this organizer, tools that I use. I'm going to link them below. Most of them are affiliate links. You don't have to use them if you don't want to. They're just, I get a small commission for sharing these items with you. And I have 4 of these too. But again, I love it. I do regret buying so many of the tiny. You can get them either empty or with a little bit of everything of the big, the medium, and the tiny ones. But the last 2 I got they were all really tiny, like the ones on the right, like the ones I have in my hand. And I kind of regret that. But I can also buy extra on the side, so that's good. And you can remove it too, so that's perfect. Adding a little black because the kid does have a little bit of black. I'm trying not to be very heavy-handed with it. And I also like to add different textures and shapes. And Michael's lately, well, the last time I went there, I don't know, it was probably at the beginning of the year, maybe. Last time I went there, they had really good sequins. So I think that the fact that they are kind of hot right now in the scrapbooking world is like making them, or maybe I'm more aware of it because I'm looking for it a little bit more. I also add like super tiny nail sequined, and some beads, which I learned from Serena B. Serena B makes the best sequin mixes. I miss her videos. We all miss Serena B, or if you have seen her videos. But I do love her stuff. I still watch it once in a while. I have a few. My camera's like, whoa, why is everything so close? What's wrong with you? I added a few fruits, and they're like polymer clay kind of fruit. And you can also see the sequin mix right here. And these little bottles I also get from Dollar Tree. And here you can see a close up of the little shapes that I made her, and she can use those. They're flat enough that you can use them as embellishments, but they also are look awesome. I don't know because I haven't used them myself yet. They also look very cool for shaker pockets. And here I have like an overview of the items that I added, and I really hope she likes this kit because I was at first like, ooh, food, that's tricky. And I thought that I was gonna go, every life sort of thing with this kid, and then I started like thinking about food more and more and finding things and thinking like, oh man, this is gonna look so cool. So I really hope she likes it. I did made her this little word sticker sheets. I made it with Photoshop and my silhouette. You want to see a video of how I do that? Let me know in the comments. Also, I asked about to hook my friends up a little bit, so I added my favorite journaling pens, and my favorite adhesive, you see me using it, is the Tombow Mona Adhesive Plus. And I really hope Heather loves this kit as much as I love putting it together for her. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to also go and watch Heather's kit, and I can't wait to see what she makes with it, so stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and have an awesome day. Bye.